There can be only one.
Go, Trig boy. It's your birthday.
Seriously, subscribe. Are you guys ready to get out of the Matrix? Let's go.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Is one of multiple locations that have been burning in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
The Texas court system works, and I trust the Texas court system will work in this case.
Good morning, everybody. This is the Pissed Off Parent Show. I'm the Pissed Off Parent. As I've mentioned many times, well, a few times before, I'm now streaming on a number of different services and all kinds of other fun stuff. So a quick intro for those that don't know. Pissed Off Parent Show is a kind of a general variety show. However, it has a lot of strong leanings towards the equal shared parenting community, divorce, custody, answering questions, comedy, at least I think so, and basically trying to make things either funnier or a little bit better. Basically, we all know we're on the Titanic, and we just got to figure out what seat we're on. That's kind of why I'm here. And I, of course, have a lot of Matrix references because I am a Gen Xer, and I figured, what the hell? That applies to a lot of things that are going on. And, you know, it's kind of fun, and I'm having fun with it. And, you know, here I am. All right, so for today's show, I'm going to kind of go over a few things, but really paying particular attention to, well, actually, I was able to secure a bonus item here, but we'll kind of get to that, see, you know, where we're all at with the show, and see if it, you know, makes sense. And it's actually a pretty good one. I briefly skimmed them, but you know, we'll kind of dive into it, and our reactions will probably be, you know, hopefully the same. Let's see here. T-shirt. Yeah, I'm wearing my Dad Talk Today T-shirt. Everybody knows I co-hosted Dad Talk Today for quite a while, along with Eric. Eric is actually in Texas for the week, shooting documentaries and doing work to promote the equal shared parenting community on that front. And I figured, hey, you know, give a little shout out to Mr. Carroll. Oh, everybody can see my little dog behind me. It's Jingle Bell. I'm doing dog duty today, so I'm just gonna have her sit there and do what she does best. She's probably bored like everybody. Yeah, and I've also mentioned you know, technology. I have, at great personal expense, have upgraded the visuals, so it'd be at least a visually entertaining show, as well as a few other things. I've done, putting new technology to make it more interactive. One of the items that I did put in, and I'm going to be taking to the next level here, is a poll. And I think, yeah, here's kind of the results so far. Currently, it's only available on the YouTube channel for Pissed Off Parent. I'm looking at integrating some other quizzing and other edutainment type things into the show, and seeing kind of where it goes. Obviously, these things cost money and time, of course, to develop, and I look for the feedback. from people to see if that's something that makes sense. But this is what we have so far. Most people are looking for current news, so actually bonus on the reaction videos. These are two actually very current court cases that we'll be kind of reacting to, and then at the same time, taking that feedback, I'll be of course, kind of surfing the internet to get additional information. If you go to pissedoffparent.com, obviously there you're going to get to see where I get my information, since I have an aggregator on the site that pulls in data related to a number of my fun topics across the world. So, and that's obviously, instead of me searching, it gets pulled into me, and then I can filter through that. And you can too, for free. Right at your fingertips. So we're going to do more, current news. I'm going to try to, spend a little more time there. The other one's the how-tos. That's 17%. We will kind of see how that goes. I've been wanting to for a long time do more how-tos in the equal shared parenting, divorce, custody, in that family, as well as other things. I mean, 50 years old. I know a thing about a thing or two. Obviously not a professional. Also, my little kind of tagline, or that I'm not an attorney. To me personally, it's kind of insulting. Actually, I probably need to throw up my little tag here that I'm not an attorney, and more importantly, I'm not your attorney. I don't work for you, and I'm not your attorney that will be working through that. All the information that I'm talking about is really edutainment only. But you can, of course, all my information has links and data and things to back it up. So, take that for what it's worth. I personally feel that I'm pretty far along in the Kruger-Dunning curve on these topics, but always willing to open to debate and talk about it further. So for the how-tos, again, I'm kind of judging interest because, again, putting on the show and doing all these other things I do takes a lot of time and commitment, in addition to all the other millions of things that I'm doing behind the scenes that no one knows about. And then, of course, I have a personal life and all that I'd like to kind of keep up on. So I'm, before I put in, hundreds of hours on making a how-to video with links and data and all that stuff, I want to see if it's going to be well received. Quick example would be the Title 4D videos that I've created over the years, on cartoons, real time, all kinds of other stuff. And quite honestly, they don't get viewed near as much as I think they should. Based on the number of people impacted. People, seem to want to get spoon-fed versus being at least edutained. But that is kind of that. We'll see kind of what happens with that. Let's see here. Yeah, talk to that. Oh yeah, of course. As I mentioned here, the like, share, subscribe. Be sure to do that. That it is one of the ways that lets me know that I'm not wasting my time. I should be playing video games, which I'm getting pretty good at. Well, actually, no, I haven't. I haven't played video games in I don't know how long, because I'm doing all this other stuff for everybody else. But lets me know, and then also the algorithm, getting all that out there. For other people to view and hopefully enjoy and learn from, most importantly. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I've got kind of like a little menu of things to go through to make sure I have everything. All right, so we got the reaction videos. We got one definitely that we'll do. Two, we'll see what kind of interactions we're getting on this, and I have a bonus video after that on a guy that's going to court for child support on a modification, and I personally thought it was funny, but I think a lot of people, just from the skimming of it, I think a lot of people go in there with the same mindset this guy did, and maybe looking at it from the outside looking in, maybe those same people and future people may think a little differently. Also, I wanted to talk about, do this probably afterwards, but last night, me and the better half went out on a date night, had an interesting time. I'll talk about that, but basically a couple, actually it was a lady and her husband, dropped off some cards for us, which I thought was interesting. We didn't know who they were, and they dropped off some cards, and I kind of wanted to talk to that, just kind of making it fun there. Crap. Also, because one of the other fun things that I have here, let me, let's see if I can do this right here. I went ahead and put in a mobile cam. So, let me switch. There we go. So I was actually bragging earlier about my my Highlander love here, and this is one of my recent purchases there. But yeah, I have like a mobile cam now to where I can have a little bit more fun with it. I can do additional cameras. One of the upgrades that I did. But I kind of wanted to. Yeah, there's the studio, streaming live here. But yeah, that's all my fun stuff there. Just kind of wanted to show that off. I'm probably gonna do more stuff with that later. We'll see. What happens on that. But yeah, that kind of again trying to make it fun, edutainal. I don't know. I know it's not even a word, but trying to make it fun here. Okay, so okay, let's just go ahead and let's just get into the videos. Again, these are going to be live reactions. I skim the videos, so I have an idea of what happens. There are some crazy things. I guess I should warn people up front. There is going to be video of physical violence, I guess is the best way to put that. So if these things are triggering, I mean, I know a lot of people that are in the community, they get I don't want to call it PTSD because that phrase gets used way too much. But if I guess you'd be triggered by violence, this you may not want to. Maybe I'll try to warn you beforehand, but I mean, they're going to be talking about stuff and then getting into that part of it. And then actually at the end of the video, it gets very crazy. It's one of those weird situations. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive in here and we'll just react and see what happens. All right, let's see.
You swear a firm testimony you're about to give in this petition for TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Yes.
All right, you have any witnesses, Miss Brown?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brown. Miss Kennard, do you have any witnesses?
Not physically. I have a witness, but it's only over the phone.
Oh, and just to, again, reset everything up here now, I actually have part of the video up. So we have Perlia Kennard, and I'm bad with names, and then Michael Brown. He has filed a TPO order against Perlia Kennard here, and I'm not really sure who all the other folks are. Obviously, I know who the judge is. And this is actually, I think it's out of Maryland. I'm not sure exactly where, but it just so kind of everyone gets a frame. Gets the framework of what this is about. A TPO, for those that don't know, is a temporary protection order, as in TRO, but temporary protection order in violence. I mean, of course, there's the silver bullet side of it, but it does happen. We do have actual times that it does happen, but this Michael Brown here has filed a TPO against, I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend, whichever, and they'll be hearing Judge Alex Manning, some or other, is going to be hearing it. All right, so I think I've set the stage here. Let's go ahead and rock and roll.
Oh, so I don't know if that counts.
Is anybody on Zoom that your witness?
So go ahead, Mr. Brown. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, I got the TPO order from some incidents that occurred. The most latest one I have that occurred on June 7th, where me and Perlia was having a disagreement, and she ended up grabbing a knife from the kitchen, and she ended up chasing me with it, and pretty much attacking me with the knife.
Oh, damn!
Footage of it, and I had to run out the house and go through the basement at one point. At that time, I took some video evidence of a cut on my finger. Made it back up. She chased me again at another point. Ended up getting a knife from her. And that was the end of that day. I did not call, contact police. And another incident that month happened on June the 7th, where she was just being verbally abusive, saying things like nobody likes me, my sister, my dad doesn't like me. She wished I was dead, stuff like that. She wished I died in my sleep, things like that. And she also
who hasn't been there
me, that time as well, and I got video evidence of that. So that's kind of why I'm seeking this protective order.
So tell me what it is about the knife incident. What exactly happened?
We was having a disagreement. We talk a lot. We were having a disagreement. I believe it was about, it was probably concerning the child, with her, she's a nurse and breastfeeding, doing marijuana. And it's just a disagreement. And one thing led to another.
This can't be Texas.
A knife from the kitchen. and chasing me with it.
Did
And she
end
was
up,
telling me don't call the police, stuff like that, because she, don't want to get the baby taken away, stuff like that.
So obviously, and I'm a little tongue in cheek here, but that obviously this is not in Texas because again we have that bill from MISA where the if a person is using illegal drugs according to the Texas statute, so marijuana all the way through fentanyl, all the way through there. This bill basically, well, the bill says that the doctor, CPS, whoever, whatever governmental or whatever authority is in place that is under a duty to report this, the pregnant woman, again, so the person's using crack, met, fentanyl, whatever, while she's pregnant, the doctors, CPS agents, police, whomever, has no duty to report that. And it was said because they didn't want the woman to feel bad. So this obviously is in Texas. Anyway, all right.
did she end up stabbing you with it, or?
Yes, I got some proof. She bit me on my chest. I got probably 2 cuts on my right thumb. I had I got some type of cut across my chest that I got some proof of. Some across my shoulder. It wasn't. No, I didn't get. It wasn't anything that completely punctured through that I need to go seek medical attention. It was more so first aid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was she?
This guy is like way too calm. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. He's like, yeah, she stabbed me, bit me on my chest, and he's just like matter of fact. I mean, he's doing it right. I mean, he's in court, and that's where it's facts and data and evidence in the Judge Wapner way of doing things. But he's just so deadpan about the whole thing. Like, yeah, she took a knife out after me and stabbed me with it. It was no big deal. It was like on my hand, a little bit of blood or nothing or whatever. He's all manned up basically, like, yeah, it's no big deal. Well, she's flipping out and she bit him and all kinds of other crap. I don't know. I don't know. I just find that like wow. But he's doing it right, in my opinion. I mean, he's not flipping out, screaming, doing whatever. He's just, here's the evidence. I mean, he's representing himself, so he's doing it the right way. I guess no heat on him as far as that. It's just, that he's just being very deadpan about the whole thing. I just thought that was interesting.
You arrested?
No, I did not contact police.
All right.
The time that I did contact police was when she broke down the bedroom door, and I have a police report of that. She did admit to that.
Woo! He's on fire.
And then what had happened? Last part of June 7th. It happened May 2021.
Yeah, June 27th. I'm sorry, June 7th.
Right.
And it led to her verbally abusing, just telling me things about, how no one likes me. And, I guess assuming why we can't communicate properly. She justified why we can't communicate properly, saying no one likes me and no one, wants to listen to me. And nobody cares about you. I wish you were dead. She punched me, jumped on me, pulled my hair, even bumped the child during the altercation.
Oh wow.
She actually grabbed the knife during that time. The only footage evidence I got of that is me actually hiding the knife, so she can't see it, so she can't get it, because I had got it from her before I could get any footage of that. And as I was,
show me any of the footage.
Yes, yeah, I can screen share. Yeah.
Okay.
So share sound here. Share screen. Yeah, this is some pretty graphic stuff here.
Folders and
So I'm just warning you.
set up. Yeah. You want to get?
Can you hear anything?
Put the phone down right now. I'm stabbing.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go to jail anyways. Put it down.
Sure, I'm not calling
You wouldn't
the
let me
police.
call the police in the first place.
Stop, please.
Oh, damn, that's a knife. That's like
At that point,
Crocodile Dundee
you see me
stuff right
going out
there.
the door, running out the door.
Oh damn,
See
he's
her
like, boom,
through
bitch,
the
come
window,
out of here.
closing the door and locking it. but I had the basement window open, so I got back in through the basement where I came and made this video.
He's all like, okay, so she nicked him. That's a knife. Like Crocodile Dundee. That's a knife.
Punch me in the eye as well, but it's
Good God.
what happened.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh whoa! I did not see any of that. Hold on, let me pause that and rewind that. That's like stuff you would see out of like Scream or Jason Voorhees stunt double. Just insane. Oh my God, that's gonna haunt me. Making me like chills. Hold on, let's watch that again. Holy moly!
This is a cut from me block, and also
I miss basements, especially since it's tornado season here.
as well, but it's
Wow.
what happened.
Oh shit! Oh my God! You know, like stab. I mean, oh my.
My shoulder here is bleeding right now.
Oh wow! So she like.
There's a mark right here across my chest. My eye is still healing. You see the bite mark.
Wow.
Teeth marks. She pulled me by my hair.
So that was June 27th.
Crazy.
June the 7th here.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
I started off. I didn't, I just started with, getting in this white marks. June the 7th here.
These are blood marks from earlier.
And I pretty much kind of ran into the room to get the footage. And see, I cut the light off here. I didn't know what to do really.
She's coming in the room. She's coming in the room. I'm gonna record this.
Fucking disgrace. My son won't be nothing like you. You want me to hate you? I fucking do. You bitch. I hope you do that.
That's what she said. She hope I do that.
I was big. I didn't feel like that. Cause you was the father of my son. But nigga, you an evil motherfucker.
You hope I die? You hope I die?
Evil motherfucker. I hope karma.
You hope I die?
hope karma lay his ass on you. That's what I hope. I hope karma lay his ass
That-
on you.
I heard.
Please die in your sleep. Die in your sleep.
Die in my
I can
sleep?
live a have a happy life.
Die in my
Without
sleep?
you, yep. Don't sleep and die. Yep.
You want me to die?
Go ahead. Everything
I
that
don't
you
want
been
you
putting
to
my
die,
son
bro.
through, everything that you been putting me and my son through, hell yeah, nigga.
I don't want
So
you to
that's
die.
what it's gonna take
I'm
for me.
sorry.
That's what it's gonna take.
Well, let me go. I'm sorry. I don't want you to die. Though.
Do that. Do that. What, you recording me? Let me see your phone. You recording me? You recording me? You recording me? Right.
Always record.
Your daddy don't like you. Your sister don't like you. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody want to be around you. Don't nobody love you, nigga. Your own son barely love you, nigga. You don't even know the conversation you and they had, bitch. Don't even know the conversation you and your son that had about you, bitch. He don't like you for real. He see through all your bullshit. And you think he didn't like you everything. I can't wait to get my son away from this shit. My son away from this shit.
Oh, she's got the kid.
You want to fight with that?
Stop! Stop!
I had hit the knife at another point. I just grabbed it because
I
she
gave
got
it all
pushed
to
in the
him.
room.
I gave it all to him.
Some clothes.
Oh, that same thing in my washroom.
Pearl, let me get out the door. See, at this point, I'm trying to.
Let me get out the door.
Stop recording me.
I want to
I
get
didn't
out
say
the
I want to
door.
be recorded. Stop,
You don't have
stop
to say it.
recording me.
Man, listen.
I don't record you. Stop recording
I
me.
just want to leave
Stop.
out the door. Damn. Stop. Pearl, stop. Man. Pearl. Man, stop. Pearl, leave me. Man. Oh my God, man. What's wrong? Look, he's finna cry.
I hate you.
Look what you doing.
You did this. You did this shit to me.
Phone cut off. And this is where I made it to the garage.
Leave me alone, Pearl. Get off of me. Pearl. Pearl. Watch the baby. Pearl.
Final Royale, huh?
Watch the
Final
baby.
Royale, huh?
Watch the
You
baby.
recording me, I'm giving you a show. You recording me. You want me to die. Because you know I'm got my baby, I don't got
Man, you got the baby.
You did nothing but batter me.
Man, you got the baby,
You did
man.
nothing but batter me for years. Me and my baby. Me and my baby.
Pearl, get the baby. Get my side.
So at this point, this is just footage from the Ring camera around the say, it's timestamp. Around that time, you pretty much see me leave the residence. I was able to get out. You see me leaving in the car there. I guess she didn't know where I was at. But at this point, I did not include my son into this order because he's not legitimated right now. But I did go ahead and seek an attorney, and I filed assault for legitimation. And she has been served. And that's what I have here on the screen.
All right, go ahead, ma'am. I'll hear from you.
Thank you. So, as it has to do with that first video that he just showed on, the first video that he showed when I was attacking him with the knife, I was attacking him because the entire night he had verbally, mentally, and physically abused me the entire night. He takes the phones so that I can't record him, or whenever I do get a recording of him, he deletes it because he has total access of this phone, the iCloud, everything. I have 5 police reports filed on Mr. Brown from his physical abusement towards me. Every time I retaliate a little bit after I take the abuse for 5 hours on and out, and I finally get fed up because I've been in a relationship with him for 3 years. I've been getting abused by him all through the course of these 3 years of us being together. I have multiple witnesses also that is willing to testify in this case that I just gave them the information. They will be getting on Zoom shortly. Is willing to testify in this case that Mr. Brown has over and over again physically abused me to the point where I have five police reports. The reason why they're not in evidence is because the only phone that I have, he has access to, and I can't download any apps. I could not even download this app to even be on court right now. I have no money, no car, and the only phone I have is underneath his control. He is a narcissist, real narcissist. We have a 15-year age difference. Since I've been with Mr. Brown, anytime I asked to, first he isolated me from my family, he isolated me from everything. Then he takes control of the phone, takes control of the finances. Then he wiggles it in my face like, oh, if you leave, then you're going to have nothing. That's the reason why I tried to co-parent and be with Michael Brown so long, is because I am now financially dependent on him. But in the course of our whole relationship, I am the one who has been providing for our son. I am the one who has everything.
You provided all right.
Mr. Brown, because he knew that he was going to put a restraining order on me, because he didn't want me to put the restraining order on him first, because I had just got out of the hospital on June the 13th. Because
I wonder what hospital she got out of. I'm gonna hazard a guess and assume it was the Funny Farm. Oh my god! So, oh my god, that's I gotta say, mind blown. And there's not even a this like I was not. I mean, again, I purposely didn't watch like 99% of it. Holy crap! And isn't it funny? I mean, look, Tara just kind of unpacking what she said. You can tell she was reading off of something. But the words, financially, mentally. Again, I got triggered from some of this stuff. And I was dependent on, and I provide for the son. I mean, she's like doing stuff like right in front of her kid. I saw in the video the kid running around the car in the garage, and these guys seem like well-to-do people, out of I guess Atlanta, I guess it was Georgia, but they seemed well-to-do. It wasn't they assumed has, or at least he did, had a certain education level and, carried himself a certain way. It wasn't some, well, I was going to say not some thug scenario here where, they're acting completely, nuts. But I mean, I'm going to say, he definitely wasn't a thug. As far as her being a thought, time will, I guess, tell. But oh my God, like again, the video was just insane, and then what she says, he's controlling me. I don't have access to a phone. In like two of the videos, at least one of them, because I pointed. I knew that probably this was going to happen. She's got the phone while she's got him in an arm or in a chokehold, trying to choke his ass out, and she's actually has the phone on her. I mean, one thing I do know about nutty people is they hate being recorded because they don't want the world to see just how crazy they are. I mean, at some level, base level, they know that they're just nuttier than a fruitcake, as my daddy used to say, but they just can't stand being recorded because again, this will show the world what kind of a mental deficient, crazy nut job they are, and they don't have that. But I would argue, guys and girls, but guys, let's just always have the minute things are, and even beforehand, but the minute things get a little hinky, as you would say up in the Yankee world. Have a recorder on you 24/7. Can you imagine? I mean, I don't know these 5 police reports that she got, legitimate, fake, fabricated, whatever. But this, I mean, again, he abused me, and then you see these videos that he's put together, talking about or showing what happened. That Jason Voorhees at the top of the stairs thing. That's going to haunt me for a while. But that I don't know, but I have to assume that Judge Alex Manning here is going to take that into account, and that's the level of evidence, especially the guys are going to need, and I would say anyone. And again, him staying around, I would have taken the kid and gone, and I know that would have probably ended eventually bad all the way around because the way our court systems are. But this is just nuts. And then another, just to kind of heap some coals on the fire here. All these states that don't want equal shared parenting, that or wanting to give mommies the retro child support, that want to, let's see, here's I got different things on it. The level of crazy that they are. And our legislators are, they all think that girls are sugar and spice and everything nice. I'd say the good majority of them are just nutcases. And to stay this far away from you, I don't know. It would be interesting to I guess interview Michael Brown and go, okay, when did you realize that that crazy was a bad thing? I mean, we all have the joke about crazy's great in bed, but nowhere else. I don't know. If it was she kept a lid on the crazy, I don't know how she could have, but she kept the lid on the crazy for X period of time. He's invested, and then goes from there. And of course, I did also pick up on the fact that he said legitimizing the child. Well, God, yeah, please get a DNA. Well, it's not like he's getting a DNA test, which I hope he doesn't get caught. I mean, he didn't put his son on there because he doesn't know if the kid's his or not, and legitimizing the child. So he's also in that catch-22 situation. These are a lot of. I mean, this happens a lot. Anyway, wow, what a nut bar. Okay, here we go.
Because I had a ectopic pregnancy rupture. I went through surgery. After I got back out of surgery, the reason why I attacked him with the knife is because he kicked me in my stomach. He abused me all night because I was talking to a friend that he did not want me to talk to. So he abused me and my son all night. Came in the room, I had baby. He just would not stop. He took the phone, so I couldn't call the police. The only option that I have is to run to the neighbor's house and call the police at 6 o'clock in the morning, which I have done multiple times in these police reports, and I can give you all the case numbers. I was not able to submit them in evidence because I can't download Dropbox on my phone. Like I said, I don't have any other devices to do anything. I only have one family member down here. She's been at work every other day. I had to take my baby to the doctor. I haven't been able to do that.
I hope
So
no one's believing this
the reason
nonsense.
why I attacked Mr. Brown on that first video is because I had just recently had surgery from a ectopic pregnancy rupture, and he kicked me in my stomach. He also abused me the entire time. And what you guys see in those videos, each one of those videos is a reaction from the abuse every single time. That's all I have to say. I have witnesses. I have 5 different police reports. Each of these police reports, 2 of them is from neighbors' houses where I had to call the police, and I had to run out the house from his abuse. The police came and picked me up. I'll read them.
We need to give her like a, I don't know, actress
Upon
award.
arrival, Mr. Brown stated that his child's mother damaged his property. This is when he said, "I busted in the door." Mr. Brown also stated that he does not believe Ms. Kennard damaged the property on purpose, that it did not happen today or at the same time. Ms. Kennard stated that she did damage the property, but it was only trying to get in the bedroom where her child was at. Ms. Kennard stated that she did damage the light fixture, but since it had got fixed, Ms. Kennard, basically all of these just state that he'd been taking the phone. He takes the phone. He stops me from calling the police. He deletes evidence. All the evidence. He deletes all the evidence, even all my receipts to show that I've been the one taking care of my son this entire time, his whole life. He deleted everything because he had access to do so.
None of it exists.
With the phone, the iCloud.
All fabricated.
I wasn't even able just to get on here to even defend myself in court a little bit because I couldn't even download Dropbox or Zoom.
It doesn't exist.
Because he has it on parental control. But that's what he does. He'll turn the Wi-Fi off in the house. He'll turn the phone on. I can't even call out. Only people that I can call is the police. And then he'll stop me from doing that. Like taking the phone or barricading me in the house. The abuse has been going on for 3 years, and this restraining order is on me only because he thought that I was going to put a restraining order on him first. Because after I got out of the hospital, I stated to Mr. Brown, this is too much. It's too toxic. It's too much. If you cannot not put your hands on me in front of my son, if you cannot give me basic respect, then I am going to put a restraining order in, and you're not going to be able to see Messiah anymore. So what he did was that, no, we can co-parent. We can do this cordially. We don't have to go to the courts. I don't want you to ever to feel like I know I was wrong for this and this and that. We can do this cordially. So we made arrangements that I would move out. I would go back to Ohio because I have no family here in Atlanta, which he knows. That's another reason why he preyed on me, and that I wasn't able to always leave his house as fast because I don't have barely any support here. So I also, a couple months ago, left Georgia to get away from him, took my baby to get away from the toxicity, to start my life over. I was there for a month before Mr. Brown came down to Ohio, asking to see his son, crying, saying he would go to therapy, he would go to counseling, all of this stuff, because his son wasn't paying attention to him, didn't really acknowledge him. So I said, okay, we can go to therapy and we can be co-parents and we can do this right. Okay, I'll come back. I came back here, and that's when all this other stuff then occurred after I came back here.
Oh my God, I had to pause that. Wow. Okay. You know, for any of the sane people watching that are like, God, what world have you lived in or do you live in, and all that, to a degree, this is Exhibit A. This stuff happens every single day, and I'm talking to the folks that are on the channel from maybe the new areas that I'm streaming to, or people that have never joined before, and they wonder this can't be this bad. I hate to say this is common with the crazy, and it just happens all the time. And the level of crazy in some of these bras it's insane. I mean, well, again, I was the mastermind of this. I mean, a lot of the same things that were said were very triggering. But man, I prevented this, did all this, and then you have all the video and audio evidence of things happening. I mean, this guy is either like like a genius master manipulator just over the top crazy. Or over the top, his entire life must be spent, how to destroy this person. Or this chick is just absolutely out to lunch. I would say she's a few french fries. She's not even a few french. She's got no french fries. I don't know. But just nuts. And the lies. And she's saying all this stuff under oath, which is lies. The other part that I thought was hilarious is that she's talking about the 5 police reports and flashing around. God, that was another triggering moment. And then when she starts reading it, again, what happens, and again, I'm not a clinical psychologist, although I probably should see one, But what crazy people do, and I do have experience in this area, is they believe they make the lie up, and then they repeat it enough that they believe the delusions, and then they get an amount of reality, and then they go back to their delusion because that's how their brains work. And I've got firsthand experience in that arena. And that's what it looks like. This is what she's done is, I have 5 police reports. I have this, I have that. And then it starts reading it. And it's actually talking about how she's destroying items and breaking the door down. Oh, for the sun, whatever. And then the reality, they all do have a reality trigger in their head that kicks off every once in a while. And that reality comes out and they go, oh, and they drop it and then go back to their I'm abused, I'm this, I'm that, the wounded kitten nonsense that they all do. Wow, God, I would say she's a piece of work, but I've seen this behavior so many times over the decades that this is not, she's not over the top. She's a common delusional whack job. My personal diagnosis. Okay, let's. God, and this guy's just sitting there like deadpan. I thought again, great job on him. All right.
So he put this restraining order on me to protect him, which that's what he's been doing this whole time. That's why he's been deleting the evidence. All I have for my evidence for me, I don't have any videos or recordings because he deleted all of that. Every time he deletes it, he takes the phone, he deletes it. He doesn't let me call the police. Only thing I have is 5 police reports, and I have multiple witnesses. The neighbors are willing to testify. One time he picked us out on the side of the highway,
Ma'am.
and I willingly got out.
Manny, could we just take a moment and put Michael Brown in a breakout room with me, please?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hold on a second.
They're gonna look at her and go.
I don't know if you want to move on to another case, but I'll.
We're informed. We know about this.
I think you're a co-host, right? You can go. Okay, I put him in breakout room 1.
Yeah. They're going to put him in, I'm sure, a breakout room and go, look, everybody else here, well, they're probably the other dude, and they go, okay, I know we've got the handbook of crazy, and we all get the handbook from the mothership, but you're not supposed to do it like this way, this, different way, and I'm sure she's this Jill SFO, I assume she's like an advocate, and she's like, oh my God, I can't even defend against this. All right, let's see what happens when Mike Brown, looks like, oh yeah, looks like he's already in. Oh my God, this is nuts. Wow.
And it's crazy. He accumulated all of this evidence.
Go ahead. I think you're a co-host, so go into 1.
This is crazy.
Ma'am, are you in Georgia?
Yes, right now I am still in Georgia.
Okay, hold on 1 sec. Let me see when they get back. Hold on.
Anything else from you, ma'am?
Miss Brown? Excuse me. Miss Kennard, anything else from you? Where'd Miss Kennard go? Miss Kennard. Anything else from you, Mr.
She's probably going to go do like an automatic reading or talk to her or some other nonsense and consult her spirit guides.
Brown.
There she is.
I can answer any questions.
Nut job.
Anything else from you, Miss Kennard?
Besides my witness, I have a witness in the Zoom now.
Is she the one that has the that was smoking a cigarette and walking around with a
Yeah. That's my mom. She has been, I've called her multiple FaceTime. She's been one of the main witnesses to all of the abuse.
Oh God. The mothership. Oh.
Okay. All right, ma'am, can you raise your right hand? You swear affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You have to untake yourself off mute, man.
Your Honor, are you talking to me?
Yep, you're the only one. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I thought you were
not you. No, not you, Miss Ponte. The lady with the shower cap on.
Okay.
Hair bonnet. Okay, there you go. All right, tell me what you know about what's going on with Miss Kennard.
Okay, I'm Pearlia's mother, and since day one, this man has beat on my daughter. I have been on the phone where he has actually beat my daughter up, and I'm sitting here looking at my daughter. Then he will call me and start recording my daughter when she attacked him. My daughter just had surgery. She had her fallopian tubes taken out. And this man punched my daughter in her stomach. This man.
Okay, when I talked and say things, everyone gets mad that crazy's generational, that it gets passed down from mother to daughter. This would be an example. Nothing else really to say about that. Oh crap!
It has put my daughter through so much and my family through so much. I brought my sons to get my daughter from Atlanta. She came here to Ohio. He convinced her to come back. As soon as she get back, he started beating on her again. He only records what he wants to record. He don't record what he be doing to my daughter. I am so sick of this man and these games he play.
Fabrication.
I've never in my life met a person like this. He put my daughter out on the road, butt naked. Kicked him out the house.
Oh,
her
God.
and my grandson.
On cue.
And he always talking about his son. You let your son get in the car without a car seat? Oh, you let your son be outside just in a diaper because you mad. He beats her constantly, but he'll record what he wants to.
Have you witnessed it firsthand, ma'am?
I haven't. My other daughter, she lives in Atlanta, and she has come to get my daughter from that house.
Oh.
It's been times that he was beating her, and she would just like call me, and I can hear it. The man has even been disrespectful to me after he didn't beat my daughter, and I'm trying to talk to the man. He disrespects me. I'm tripping on this restraining order. She the one needed to be putting a restraining order on him. But no, she's young, and she felt like she was in love. And he took advantage of that. He's too old to even be with her. I am fed up with this situation. I'm shaking now, and I'm really upset for the games that he plays. He is so manipulative. I'm just over this.
God.
He's so sneaky.
Delusion.
I can't take it anymore. I can't. I can't. I've been begging her to get away from him.
I just can't.
I sent my sons to get her. She was here. He manipulated her to come back, and then the stuff started all over again. He doing this to me, and he in the background yelling and screaming and being really disrespectful, calling her all out her name, telling her she ain't this, she ain't that. I'm going to calm down. This is the most disrespectful human being I've ever met in my life. And I'm done with this issue. I pray that Pearl, you stay away from him.
So your wife-wielding daughter, that's perfect. Okay, gotcha.
That is not a good situation for you or your child. At some point in your life, you will start listening to your mother. Let this go.
Look at the judge.
I think we've lost her. I don't know where she went. She's not on Zoom anymore.
She probably upset because I'm upset. But, Your Honor, my mother, my dead mother. I'm not going to lie about this. This man has been beating my daughter. And he only records what he wants to be seen. He has cameras all around his house. Crazy stuff inside the house. You get...
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna say that was a performance. Wow, that is something. It's funny she mentions cameras. I've had cameras in and outside of my home for well over a decade for these very things. Because just the craziness of these people. Oh my God! But again, great performance. Hats off. That is an Academy Award performance. I need to get like a little thing here, or like a little sound bite about accepting an award for the best performance ever. Oh God!
This is the most narcissistic man I've ever met in my life, and I'm so afraid for my daughter. If nothing be done, just make sure she stay away from him.
Judge, can we take a break real quick and I speak to Michael Brown?
Okay, well, I think I don't see her. I think she's gone. If y'all want to go back to the breakout room, y'all can.
Yeah. Mr. Brown, will you hit where it says breakout room, join, you're in room 1, and hit.
Ma'am, if you want to reach out to your daughter, see if she can jump back on the link, okay?
That'll give you time to get back on.
Uh-huh.
Michael, do you see where it says room 1?
It did not pop up yet.
Go back down the purple where it says breakout room.
Yeah, if you scroll down where it says room 1. Yeah, you see it now?
Oh, okay. Yep.
All right, while y'all do that, I'm gonna until she gets back on. I'm going to go ahead and try to knock out this other hearing real quick because I've got my last hearing that's on.
Oh wow. She hears all this stuff and then she's like, I gotta go. I got another hearing going on here. That's just kind of weird. All right, so yeah, we actually forwarded after that other part there. So let's see.
All right, looks like where did Mr. Mr. Cole all down? Looks like I think Mr. Brown was having some sort of internet issues or something.
Yeah, he's back. I just think his camera's not being judged.
All right. All right, Ms. Kenyard, anything else you want to tell me? Did you hear what your mom said? I can't hear you, ma'am. You're on mute.
Oh, she's back after her performance.
My phone had died, so I didn't hear what she said.
Do you have anything else you want to tell me?
Other than the fact like he still has control over the phone, and he just does his best to go out his way to hurt me. It's not even about our son. It's about hurting me, controlling me, having control. And if I don't do what he sound like he want me to sound, then I have repercussions to pay. I have consequences.
You have to submit.
Submit. If I don't submit, then I have consequences.
All right, let's see. Is Mr. Brown, are you still having issues? Is he still having issues with his camera? You want to text him and see, or whatever, Miss Jill?
Sorry, Judge. I'm sorry. I thought that may have been him, but was it somebody else? What was the question?
Do you know if he's still having issues with his camera? If he is, I could just continue to.
Yeah, I think we should just continue it and move on to another case because I know he's having some issues with it.
Okay, if he's having issues, I'll go ahead with this. I'm sorry, Ms. Kennard. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue with this other hearing I'm having really quickly. All right, so as soon as Mr. Brown can connect with his camera, you and your mom can.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. I haven't finished my court case with the judge, and I have police in front of me. So I really need to speak to the judge because I have police trying to take my child away from me, and I haven't even finished court. I'm waiting for the other person to come back on the phone, and now the police is here to take my baby away.
Let's see, Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Oh shit.
The police is right here. I don't know if can I turn the camera? The police is right here telling me that they're here to take my child away from me. And I haven't even finished to get no verdict in this court right here. I've been on the phone with you guys since 12:20 this morning.
I understand, ma'am. You're going to go ahead and give them Mr. Brown's going to get the child, and you're going to go show up back to court, file some sort of emergency motion, and get in touch with one of the other judges and appear in front of them.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Brown's going to keep your child until you guys can get in front of another judge. Mr. Brown, go pick up the child.
Oh my God. Okay. I know I spent some time talking smack about judges, but look at her, at her face like, oh my God. Okay, I do talk some trash about judges. There's not, I mean, it's fairly safe to say here, but okay. So when she was going and, the video that he showed, the obvious crazy that she is, this Perlia Kennard idiot, I guess what happens, they put Mike Brown into a breakout room and then said, hey, what's this crazy broad's address? And the judge and whoever called the cops to go get the kid. Hold on. Where is the applause button? That was, yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So wow. Okay. You know what? This is one, it's over the top crazy, but, done right. They did what was in the actual judge, hear it loud and proud here, that the judge actually did was in the best interest of the child, which is get the child away from this crazy moron. Oh my God. This is awesome. Okay. Let's see what we got here. And she's like, the police are here. Hold on. Let's see. Where is? I've got the thing. I really get to use it. I want to use this one. Oh God, where is it? Here we go. FBI, open up! Oh my God. Okay, let's see what else we got here. This is awesome.
Until when?
Yes, ma'am.
You get in front of the other judge for the legitimation case, ma'am.
Until so a whole month?
I didn't say a month. I said till you get in front of the other judge in the
The
legitimation.
legitimation already, that says it takes 30 days. We haven't even.
Ma'am, call and speak with the
understand.
lawyer. Ma'am, call and speak with the lawyer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawyers right here.
He's not even legitimated, and now they can just
Ma'am,
take my
there's
baby
1,
away?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawyers right here. Go speak with a lawyer. Brown, go.
And this is Justice Howe. You haven't even told me no verdict in my case. You haven't.
I'm telling you right now, ma'am.
You haven't told me a verdict. Okay, clueless, stupid, whatever. Oh god, I wish I had that scene from oh god, they went to Colorado. Dumb and Dumber, like, you know, when she's like, or Jim Carrey's like, so, you know, blah blah blah, you know, hey, let's date, and she's like, yeah, they're, you know, not, you know, 1 in a million chance, and he's all like, maybe there's still a chance. She's honestly, they're taking her kid. She has to know that it was the judge that did it, and she's like, you still haven't even ruled on my case. Oh my god. They should have an IQ test and sterilize and do whatever. Oh god, dumb. I mean, this. If you haven't seen Idiocracy, you got to go watch it. It'll explain kind of where we're at in the world and people like this. Oh my god, what a complete. Oh god, what a shit show.
I'm putting this in place. Your mental health status and the way you were acting on those videos and with that knife. With that child there has me very concerned for his safety and the safety of that child.
Okay, so what about all the evidence that I told you?
Ma'am, I'm telling you right now.
I have 5 police
I'm telling you
reports of
right
him
now
being
to turn the
abusive.
child over to the sheriff so they can give him to Mr. Brown. And the judge hearing the legitimation case will hear more about where the child needs to be on a more permanent basis. Right now, turn the child over and go hire a lawyer.
Quit playing with me, man.
Oh god.
Y'all foul. Y'all court system is foul. Y'all real foul. Y'all real foul. Because she said she's concerned for my mental state and the well-being beside, so it worked. Now
Ma'am, you should go get a lawyer.
You should go get some help, but I don't.
You said go get a lawyer?
That's what you should probably do, ma'am. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
'cause
5, 6.
my baby's getting taken
They're
away
all
from
right
me,
here.
so, yeah.
Ashley Wine, Miss Miracle, Marcy Millard, Eileen Schumann.
The lawyer talked to Mike. The lawyer talked to him. Nobody talked to me, though. I didn't get a public defender. Somebody put him in the
This isn't a
private chat,
criminal
but not
case,
me.
ma'am. This isn't a criminal case, ma'am. This is not a criminal case, ma'am. You don't have a right to a lawyer.
Yes,
I'm going to
they
go
put me in
ahead
the
and
private
remove
chat
you
and
from
they
this
put me in the
meeting. I'm
private
going to
chat.
remove you from this meeting. I'm going to remove you from this meeting. You'll get a copy of this order.
Emotional damage.
Jill, make sure that he's got the kid, okay?
Oh my
And Ms.
god.
Millard, this is my last
I'll
question.
confirm that, Judge.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. That was like, oh my god. That is unbelievable. That entire, oh wow. Just trying to figure out where to even start. This lady is beyond nutty. Her and her mom are both just complete nut job fruitcakes, which represents the majority of them all. Wow. Wow. And this happens every day. I'll be honest. I'm surprised that the judge did what the judge did. I mean that's yet another reason why we need to have more courts or more cameras in the courtroom, which we currently already have cameras in the courtroom. But a lot of these bad judges, they don't do their hearings because they don't want the bad decisions they make. Or on the flip side of it, I mean, if you got some person saying, "Oh, I was lied about or lied to or whatever," that video will either exonerate them or show that they were in the wrong. But when you got judges, most of our judges don't want to have the cameras in the courtroom for pretty stupid reasons. They're not really any even reasons. That's why people should be really concerned about that. I'm glad we got to see this. This was actually a judge doing the right thing type video with what she had to work with. So, wow, what a complete nut job. All right, any thoughts? THOTS or THOUGHTs? I don't know. Oh God, this is crazy. Or I guess we can just maybe kind of jump into the bonus one here. Actually, you know what? I want to try to let it simmer down a bit before we jump into the bonus video of the child support thing. Talk about God. That video again blew my mind. I've got some cards here, and me and the better or worse or half. I joke about either way, but we took her on a date night last night. The way to my wife's heart is Mexican food. that's her thing. That's her jam. And she was having a I'll just say particularly difficult day yesterday, which seemed to match the one I was having. A lot of things happened yesterday that I think there's something. I'm not into the whole aura and universe and all their nonsense, but I don't know, I may have to change my tone or my tune on that one, because she and I both in different in different worlds we travel in dealt with a lot of tomfoolery yesterday. And it was just one of those, hey, you know what? And then again, that goes into doing what's important to keep. One of your most important relationships is the one with your spouse, significant other, and keeping that alive. And once you get one that's semi-normal, you stick with it. Which I don't know why she sticks with me, because I'm definitely not semi-normal. But anyway, we went to our favorite little Mexican restaurant and got dinner. And while we were of course sharing our day, and I'm sure as we were sharing parts of our day, the people that were around us were moving away and calling security, because we were both very vocal about the shenanigans, some of the shenanigans that happened yesterday, which I won't get into. But a lady stopped by. Her and her husband were out, and they dropped off these cards. And it was funny that they did it because again, I'm a very loud person, as far as my voice carrying, and my wife was very animated with kind of her day. And anyway, she's dropped these off. She says they've been doing this for years or whatever, and whenever they go out to dinner on their date night or whatever, they hand out these conversation starters. Which I haven't looked at. It shows kind of how a bad person I am, because we had plenty of conversation, and actually my wife and I, this one, have lots of stuff to talk about, and we get along really well on 95% of the topics that come up there. But she dropped off these cards, and so they were conversation starters, and that's when a couple or someone on a date or whatever can't things to talk about while they're out, which. Hey, great idea. And this may be something people want to do, on their own, just something that they can, kind of put something out into the world that's good. But I figured I'd share these, and you at home or wherever you're at on your mobile device or in front of your computer or whatever dungeon you're in, can kind of read these, and maybe this would be good conversation starters with you and other people. So I'm going go in no particular order here, and I'll put them up on the screen. Is very there's stuff on the back. Okay, so actually there's going to be 6, 2, 4, 6. All right, so and I'm going to go ahead and answer mine. Whichever ones I get here. So let's see here. Let's see if it does that. All right. What do a lot of other people like that you don't like? For me, what do a lot of other people like that you don't like? I would say uncommon sense, apparently, or just kind of being ambivalent or apathy. And the latest craze or that that type of thing there. The screen is getting a little. Let's see if that backs up. That's a little. There it goes. Okay. Maybe I'll have to change that around a little bit. But what do you? That is actually one of my things. A lot of other people like that I don't like. That I guess would be probably one of them. Is just other people don't have. When I say people like, I don't. Well, I'll go down the food route. Keep it kind of plain there. A lot of people like all kinds of weird foods and stuff. I'm a very plain eater. I don't. Yeah. yeah, I eat very bland, and I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, it's kind of that one. The next one here is what's your favorite holiday memory? Trying to think. Favorite holiday memory. Oh well, of course I thought on the worst one I had in holiday. Boy, so many actually bad things have happened on various holidays. Trying to get all that out of my head and think of what's my favorite holiday memory. I mean, I would just say, having family around. I guess it's more general, but yeah, I'd say having family around. Yeah, a lot of my holidays weren't that good, so kind of hard. And going back to when I was a kid on up. But I'd say as far as kind of good memories, like Christmas time, having family around, or Thanksgiving, having family around, being able to provide a good meal and entertainment and all that for family. Yeah, that one kind of is a whatever, because I've got a billion stories of holidays that were ruined by people and events and different things. So yeah, I'll let that one go. All right, whoops. I'll be right back. All right, the whole getting old thing. All right, see the next one up here. What did you want to be when you were 10 years old? What did I want to be when I was 10 years old? Let's put that up on the... well, boy, the next one, I kind of glimpsed it. But what did I want to be when I was 10 years old? At 10 years old, that was kind of like really things were going really bad at home and all that. And I really wanted to be an adult. I wanted to be kind of away from kind of the childhood crap that I was going through and all that. But I'd say like what I wanted to be. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I ultimately didn't do it for a few reasons. But I wanted to be a police officer. I had this very law and do the right thing and be honorable and that path. So that was kind of I'd say at 10, that would be probably as far as job. Being a police officer and serving and wronging the rights of the world. Kind of, I guess I've always had that feeling or desire to do that. But yeah, as far as work, as far as home life, I wanted to be anywhere but there. Wanted to be an adult and just kind of wanted to get my own life started and be away from the crap I was dealing with. And had other issues and stuff. Kind of the joking thing, which people that go through what I go through, we go down a few different paths. I try to use humor, but I wanted to be Optimus Prime when I guess I was 10 years old. Or actually, I guess I couldn't have been because Transformers hadn't come out when I was 10. I was actually 11 when that happened. So I don't know. I have no idea what I wanted to be when I was 10, outside of I guess being a cop. All right. Oh, let me flip this one over. Okay. Is there anything you wish people would stop asking you? Again, this is completely... I didn't set this up at all. So we're going to hear it right from the horse's mouth. Or you're going to get the unfiltered whatever on this. But is there anything you wish people would stop asking you? I would say I wish people would stop asking me for help. As far as... the way in which it's done. I mean, I don't mind, I provide all kinds of stuff with pissedoffparent.com. I don't want to turn this into like the stuff that I do, because again, I have more of that, don't let the right hand know what the left hand's doing, kind of thing. I do stuff that I don't, talk about. And I don't know, maybe I should, because I guess people have this idea that I am sitting around waiting to serve them. Yeah, you know what? There we go. Is there anything which I wish people would stop asking me to serve them and all that entails. I wish people would stop asking me to help them in that respect. I'm more of I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, and I expect for some effort. So I guess it's maybe a kind of a two-parter in there. But yeah, stop asking me to help them with the idea that they're helpless kittens and can't do anything on their own, and being thankless. Not that I'm looking for thanks, but when I say thankless, that they think that I owe them something. That really pisses me off, and I've stopped doing it. That quite frankly, I actually had Anyway, I'll stop there. That I'd say anything people would stop asking me. That would be probably the number one thing. Is one of the things that really pisses me off. So stop asking. All right, next one here is, what have you learned about yourself from previous relationships? I'm not kidding. These are the cards. What have you learned about yourself from previous relationships? With the exception of the current one, I'm really crappy at picking, and I'll go, I guess, romantic and friendships. I'm really crappy at picking people for romantical interludes and stuff. I've learned that I'm too nice. I know probably in relation to my previous one, but again, I'm 50 now, so I've had time to grow outward and inward. Giving people the benefit of the doubt, giving them chances, giving too much of myself. Having someone either ask me something and then I go because I want to do a good job or I want to really help that person. I'll keep kind of part one as far as romantic, and then part two will be as far as other relationships and their varying areas. But as far as romantic ones, just a poor chooser, and I've learned that I give way too many opportunities. I play the I give way too many chances, is what it boils down to. I put up with way too much shit, to put it quite bluntly. Definitely the romantic area. Going back to the first question, when I was a kid, had a number of issues happening, and I said I'm not going to do the same thing to my kids that was done to me. Of course, I ended up not keep that promise, unfortunately. And that kind of dovetailed in that, my desire to have a good home life and a good strong family. That caused me to give people way too much room and being too nice. And what I've learned is not to do that. Basically, romantic relationships. You get you don't even get one chance. If you're an asshat, you're gone. And that's the way current relationship, and my wife, she knows it. And again, this isn't like adversarial. It's there are things I won't put up with, like cheating, lying, stealing, being a complete moron, doing stupid stuff. I just will not put up with it especially out of romantic relationships. I'll always say the juice ain't worth the squeeze, and it's not a knock against my wife or anything. It's just I've dealt with that in my past lives, where my desire to be in a good family, or to there's good qualities and all that sort of stuff, and I need to put up with X. The meters, the bar is real low on what I'll put up with in romantic relationships. Friendships, and there's varying degrees. I do kind of break friendships out. I have, I joke that I have a heterosexual life mate, Jeff Parker. This guy's been a ride or die with me for 25 some odd years. Wow, it's been that long. Wow, I am old. And this guy has been with me since I was in my early 20s. So I guess, going on 30 years now. And he is someone that I would, he's always been there for me. And I get a great guy. He is one of those people that, one guy, there's one person that was built like him. God made that mold and went, ooh. But no, he's the guy's great, all the quality. That's why I call him my heterosexual life mate. And it's a play on can't remember the movie now, but he's always been there for me no matter what, listening ear. He's helped me out. I've helped him out. We bonded over, actually, it's funny, trauma. We had similar upbringings. But he's one of those people. So you have him, my buddy Parker, he'd get away with, I hate to say it, he's one of the, he'd be probably one of the only people that I'd let get away with stuff. And not say, done. So I guess he's the exception to my overall big rule. As far as like friendships, I don't really have like close friendships. I have that one, and then I have I don't want to say acquaintances because it's more than acquaintances. But I would say friends in the the dictionary. We similar interests or things like that, and with those people. That's not wrong with the way I said those people, but with that class of relationship, those friends, male or female, I don't put up with lying, bullshit, stealing, things like that. And then I can kind of dovetail the friend into acquaintances. The friendship needs to be reciprocal, and I don't mind if it's more of a seasoned friendship. It being more reciprocal, where I'm offering more or doing more in a friendship than that person to a degree. It's not 100% to zero, but if I look for those relationships to be edifying. I don't have a problem being by myself. I actually prefer it, but if from relationships that are in that upper tier or whatever. I mean, this should be for everybody, no matter what it is. But if I'm not getting anything out of the relationship, as far as time, if the only time I'm being called by the friend that, of course, would then knock them down is they want something, or they can't figure something out, or they screw something up, or they whatever, and that's like the only time I'm there. Then I will deuce out of that relationship, and I've got now no qualms doing it. And that also, in the acquaintances area as well. The thing that I learned there is that, friends and then acquaintances, in that whole area, that those people are, I would say, I don't want to offer clinical here, but narcissistic in nature. It's all about them. I've had a lot of people take advantage of me, my niceness. Again, I have a technical background. I like to serve, I like to help. And I say like. My wife's going, but I like to do a lot of things. And most of the stuff, no one even knows the crap that I do behind the scenes. I'm not, going to hear and kind of list it all out. But people seem to think that I work for them or that I owe them something, and over the last, I'd say, year or few years, I've got to the point where I deuce out of those as well. I'm not going to be voluntold or be told something I need to do, or waste that time. I evaluate those acquaintances, and I think everyone should too. But I don't evaluate those when I evaluate those relationships, I'm like me spending a couple hours on the phone doing whatever that I could be doing something else, sleeping or taking a dump or something, and that's the only time I'm useful. I block those numbers, and there's going to be some more blockings coming up here pretty soon. But that's what I've learned from previous relationships. Well, okay, this is me from the better half question here, the last one. Which of us is the better listener? That's a curious one. It kind of all depends. And it depends on what the outcome of it. I'm getting all analytical here on the better listener. My wife will say that I don't listen to a thing she says, although I pick up most of what it is, and my brain's doing 20 different things at one time. But she'll bring things up that she's like, oh yeah, you're going to go do this event, or you're going to go do this, or you're going to build this thing for me, or do something. And I'm like, I do not remember that happening at all. And, oh, you should have listened to me, which I personally, and I'm tongue in cheek in this a little bit, but I think she does that on purpose because she knows I would never do it. But when I'm told that I already promised to do it, then I feel bad. But no, in all seriousness, it all depends on what you mean by listener. I mean, if it's listening to like emotionally hear you and feel your feelings and all that, I would say obviously again, my wife would. I mean, women are inherently better empathetic listeners. Me, I listen to the pieces of what people are saying, and then I formulate a plan to solution. I'm a typical guy in that area where when I take in information, I process it, and then I'm solution oriented. I do it, but I'm not near as good at it as my wife is. But listening to be empathetic, I'm just like, a person says, I'm fat. I'm like, oh, I can feel you there. So a little empathy there. But then I'm like, all right, we can get off your dead ass and work out and do this and do this and do this. Or oh, I need to figure out how to make this. How would I do that? And I hear it and I formulate a solution and I provide it. Me going, taking their hand and all that stuff. Don't do that. So yeah, I would say, I mean, better listener, empathy. And again, my wife is also solution oriented. She hears someone, she's empathetic, and then to her credit and discredit, she will then turn that whatever into action, which gets her into a lot of trouble, a lot of the same troubles that I've gotten into, and she's thankfully waking up to that. I'm sorry, not even waking up. She has woken up to that and taking the proper steps to make sure she isn't taken advantage of. But yeah, as far as listening, I'd say she's more empathetic, definitely more empathetic than I am, if it's not obvious. And as far as solution oriented, I would say I beat her out a little bit in that area. But yeah, so that's those questions here that we got. All right, let me finish this. We'll just go ahead and been on here for like an hour and 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and finish this out. I got a video, bonus video. Let me just pop that up here so you can see bonus video time with a smiley face. This is
16-54484.
Pause that. Yeah, like let's wrap this thing up here. But got a modification request by this guy Steven, and then I guess his ex-wife, ex-girlfriend is on the audio, but she or he's somehow they're in a modification hearing. Either it's a 3-year review or whatever, and he's pissed off that he is being asked to pay more child support. And and I've listened to maybe a minute or two. I've sped it up, which I did the other one too, so it's not as boring. But this guy, I've listened to parts of it, and he does what I hear a lot of people. I don't want to say guys. A lot of guys do when they get into court, especially the first time or if they haven't gotten educated. Why, again, it's so very important to go out to pissedoffparent.com and get educated. Because this guy went in thinking that the world operates a certain way, and it becomes painfully obvious that he has no clue how the world actually works or this whole thing really works, and makes a number of dumb comments and statements. So I'll let people listen in and they can offer their own commentary and go from there. All right.
Natasha Wilson and Stephen Erickson both are here via Zoom, and this is a date and time set for hearing on a support review objection. Ms. Hummels here from front of the court. Ms. Hummels, do you have an update or update the matter?
Yes, I did a review based on the information that both parties and their employers submitted information. It comes out to the defendant paying $691 child support, $42 medical support for a total of $733. Also an additional $50 for confinement. That's $25 per child. And that makes the total $783 a month, effective April 1st of 2023. The amounts used are the exact amounts both parties gave for their income information, for the number of overnights, number of additional children. The other party does have the minor children active Medicaid, and they are receiving food assistance, which with this amount going up will adjust that food assistance amount.
All right, I'm going to pause this real quick because there are people here that may not understand, and I would, again, recommend everybody watch my Title 4D. I'll throw the quick cartoon version up there. So there's actually one that's about 8 minutes long, but this one is actually like a minute or two, and it gives a good primer on what Title 4D is. So if I talk too fast or you don't up on the big words, You can go back and see that. Actually, I'll include my longer cartoon that took me quite a while to make back in the day. But Title 4D, again, it was enacted back in the 70s. And it was it was done by the federal government. And it's Title 4D of the Social Security Act. But it was created to give, and I'm using the words I'm using. I don't want them used against me later because, well, I'll be very specific in my language just so everyone understands what it is. And if you go to pissedoffparent.com, you can dive as far as you need to. I have the laws and all the information on there that you can go ahead and go as deep down as you'd like. But anyway, so all right, let me just do the quick whatever. So in 1969, Governor Ronald Reagan passed no-fault divorce. That kicked off the divorce revolution. But at the same time, when women got this newfound freedom with no-fault divorce, meaning, and for if those don't know what no-fault divorce is in the olden days, and some states still have it. The only way you can get divorced is for a reason: adultery, cruelty, bad reasons, for fault divorce. In 1969, Ronald Reagan, who's governor of California, passed a thing called no-fault divorce. And no-fault divorce is simply what it says. You don't have to have a reason. Irreconcilable differences is the reason for default. And it doesn't require, the other person doesn't have the ability to argue against it, which in the other ones you could. So what happened in 1969, 70 on up, from, for quite a while, and again, I know that people are going to be like, oh my God, he's woman bashing, which I do, but women went, woohoo, sexual revolution, they're nutty, they all went, woohoo, and they started the divorce revolution, Mary Tyler Moore stuff, and they all went out there and got divorced. Because they didn't, their men were horrible and abusive, and you name it. And anyway, they got their freedom, and they went, "Holy crap! I can't do anything. They're not able to knock out a 40-hour work week. They're not able to do, these things, and they go on welfare. And as everyone hopefully knows, is state welfare, Medicaid, Medicare, WIC, TANF, all that stuff. Those are funded by your state dollars. And this is why it's important to understand this stuff. So all these newfound, empowered, stunning, and brave women. And again, you can think I'm mean, but if you go look at the data, it's who did it. I mean, it's women that did the revolution. But it was because of guys. No. Anyway, so they all filed, got out, got their freedom, burned through whatever divorce money they got, and then they're like, oh crap, I can't, I have no skills, I can't do anything, whatever, and they go on welfare. So let's just pick on Texas. I love picking on Texas. It does matter your state, wherever you're listening in on, same difference, no matter where in the country you are, or the world really. Other countries have their own versions of this. So in Texas, they go on welfare. And to also prove it, if you look at the cartoon, especially either cartoon I put out there, you'll see that I showed the divorce rate, and I showed the dependency on the government for welfare, TANF, WIC, and all that fun stuff. And they just basically does this all the way up the line. So someone can argue all day long about causality. It looks pretty good to me on why the reliance on the government took a equal parallel line upward during that period. So when that happened, all these people, all these women went on welfare, and they the states, which is your taxes pay for these program or WIC and TANF and all that stuff. They were like, we can't handle it. The amount of money that we're dumping out each and every month, we can't handle the cost of this. We're going to go bankrupt. I mean, that's essentially what was happening. So the federal government said, okay, we are going to create, and there's other little parts. There's going to be some guy out there that's read way too many frickin' books that's going to argue some stupid area of this, and I can bore you and spend 3 hours going down each and every little rabbit hole, which basically makes you essentially a nut job, that no one's going to listen to. And people don't listen to me, but I'm going to try to keep it the summary anyway. So, the Fed said, hey, Texas and other states, we're going to create a program that insert or update title or put in Title 4D of the Social Security Act, also available on the website, that is going to grant or give back a amount of money to the states for the collection of child support. We want you to enact child support laws to cover money from the paying parent or from the other parent, which 93 nationally percent of the time is men that are the payers of child support, and I can talk about those reasons. But anyway, spend on that. We're going to go ahead and do a bonus check. We're going to do grants. We're going to do all this stuff for the states, and this is to help them recover money in child support, TANF, WIC, and all that other stuff. So then the states were incentivized to basically start collecting this money, and from there they then started getting greedy because then they were getting bonus checks. Let's see, was it Texas got I think like 80 million? I think it was 80 million. $80 million bonus check from your tax dollars. This is your federal tax dollars. People will sometimes say, "Oh, it's your Social Security money." That is completely incorrect. It's just safer to say from the onset that it's your tax dollars because of the way the fund works and the different pieces. It's just easier to knock through the argument and just say it's your tax dollars. At the end of the day, it's all your tax dollars. So, the states they started getting greedy, and then all the other stuff happened where they're like, hey, we can quote recover, quote make money off of this stuff, and we then see who makes more money. And I'm not going to jump into the whole nonsense argument on the women only make 75 cents to every dollar or whatever the latest BS number is. I can't believe people actually buy into that nonsense, but a whole different rabbit trail hole, whatever. But then they said, hey, keeping men who make more money on the hook for child support, we can increase the numbers. Numbers went up, they recovered and made more money through bonuses, and here we are today. But that's kind of a quick, kind of roundabout explanation of Title 4D and child support and why it is the way it is, which this guy should have known. The other fun part is that with Title 4D funding that comes back through the state, that funds judges' retirements because it's put into the state or the counties state and counties fund bucket. Which, how do judges get paid? Retirement. Where is that at? Anyway, so let's go ahead and continue listening on. I'm giving you a very long explanation.
All right, and what's support currently set at?
Support's currently at 166 child support, 30 medical support, 50 compliant. And I believe it hasn't changed. It was set that back in 2016.
So 246 currently from 2016. All right, and sir, you objected to the recommendation. What was the reason for objecting?
I feel I shouldn't have to pay for both households. If I'm paying that much, he can live off my income. And then I have 5 other people that I'm supporting in my house as of now. There's no way I can afford to get a house, which I'm in the process of buying a new house, and pay her that much money. There's no way I can afford it.
Ms. Hummel, what income did you use for Mr. Erickson?
His exact income of $22.25 an hour. That's what he stated, and his employer, times 40 hours.
And they use a formula.
He only has 52 overnights with the minor children.
And he's got the base.
And I get kids extra too through the summer. I put down what the court ordered me to have, but we do week on, week off in the summer weekends.
Oh, so you get additional.
We haven't done that, and we have not done that in 3 years.
I just had him a week last summer, several times. I always get Gavin or Aiden extra time. I either get one or the other extra.
Yeah, we have not done week on, week off in 3 years. He will take an extra night here or there, but not a week. We haven't done that in 3 years.
Okay. And Ms. Hummel, what income did you use for Ms. Wilson?
$13.50 an hour times 40 hours.
And that's, ma'am, so ma'am, do you have any other income from any other source?
No.
Sir, do you have any other income from any other source?
Do an income shared
He
model.
did get a credit for over $1,000 for 3 additional children than his.
All right, so those were put into the calculation?
Needs to get a vasectomy.
All right, so sir, you're given credit for having those additional children.
I was given what credit?
Just
My
like-
tax return?
No, the system, the child support calculation asks how many additional children you have, and Ms. Hummel said that resulted in a $1,000 credit. So Ms. Hummel, would his support be $1,000 more without those kids, or is it?
It would be quite a bit more because he got a credit taken off the amount of income that he has available by $1,042.20
Per month?
For three kids?
for 3 children.
But you don't take in the fact of a house and everything else when my that rent's going up, food's going up. I don't get state assistance. I don't get no help. I don't get state Medicaid.
I can only go by what the calculator states, especially when there is public assistance involved.
So, yeah, sir.
And that's why I talked about because the mom has the kids on Medicare, Caid, whatever it is, and welfare and all their fun stuff. And child support is a welfare recovery system. That's the Title 4D. That's all those pieces in there. When when kids are put on welfare, they of course get those funds from the state, and then they're recovering that, and they are looking here to Stephen for that recovery. That part of the system's working as designed. Had Stephen done an amount of research, he would not have had any of these arguments that he had. Waste time. And this is the way the system is set up. In the end, they don't care that rent's gone up. They again, dumb argument. Anyway.
I guess, ma'am, do you agree with the recommended amount or not?
I agree. I mean, I think it's fair. I've been plenty nice for 7 years.
So, sir, we're pretty much required to follow the child support formula when kids receive public assistance. And these kids receive Medicaid and food assistance in mom's home.
And so does mom. So this is, again, every state, I think we got 3 or 4 now that have equal shared parenting. And it's funny that no one ever talks about, and again, I don't know this guy's personal situation here, but it's funny that they never talk about, well, you know what? It sounds like the dad is better able to financially provide for those children over the mom. So to fix the problem and get the government out of this, it would be to simply turn the children over to the father and let him raise them, and then have her pay some, pittance child support number, and then move on with your life, or not all, whatever that is. But it's funny that in all these scenarios, they don't talk about that. They don't even think about it. It's just weird. You'd think there was some government, state incentive to keep it the way it is. Weird.
The only deviation would be as if it was inappropriate or unjust for some reason, and based on your income and your limited overnights, it doesn't appear to be inappropriate or unjust. Your income would be about $3,800 a month.
So this is going to be taking $200 some a week out of my check when I bring home $450 with what my bills are right now. I mean, I can't live off of $200 a week and put $300 of food in my house for my kids. You guys don't take into effect that food prices are going up, or what?
The formula is adjusted every year for cost of living, inflation, all kinds of things.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Obviously, it ain't very good.
How long have you been making 22 an hour?
Maybe 5 months at the tops.
What were you making before that?
I don't know. It's hard to say because I get a raise they do it every like couple of years or something.
Okay. Because I can tell you $166 a month that you ordered to pay back in 2016 was probably based on.
That's what she agreed to.
Okay. So.
Because they tried getting us with this much, and they're like, well, I was like, I really can't afford it, and she agreed with us about it.
Okay. Yes, that
I
agreement
can tell you if I'm going to be paying
lasted
this,
about 7 years, and you got quite a
yeah,
deal for those 7 years.
there's been no issue with it for 7 years. I mean, she don't ever ask me for help.
You have,
Never had an issue helping.
you have the right to have support reviewed every 3 years.
Yeah, she hasn't done it yet.
Okay, but she did now, and she's in agreement with the
She don't ask for help at all. The only reason she's asking now is because of her boyfriend pushing the issue.
She's not asked. This was a statutory requirement by the state. When there's public assistance, we are required to review it every 3 years. This was not brought on by her request at all.
Okay, but it's been 7 years and we haven't had a review period, and she's been on state assistance for 7 years.
I can't say what's happened to the 3 years.
All right, Danielle's. I'm just gonna. The way it works is in most states. We'll say this one here is that every 3 years or every period of time, it comes up for review. Again, the state is. I'm going to use a poker analogy since I'll be dealing with poker event tonight. Is the house always wins? The state is always going to win. I mean, had they, had they cared or whatever, they would have, not had it or whatever. But they have it written into their law that every 3 years they can redo this. And let me just go ahead and say that, I know Danielle is, trying to sugarcoat or lie. Well, she's lying. You don't, when you get the paperwork every 3 years, you don't have to complete it, fill it out, or do anything. You can actually also, you can put on there, no adjustment needed, and they just move on with their life. This guy's ex-wife, the mother of the child or children or whatever, she filled the paperwork out and did that. So, I mean, that's just a lie.
Years ago, what happened with that review? All I can tell you is at this review, at this time, with the minor children receiving public assistance, we're required to run the guidelines per the state, how they have it set up. This is what the guidelines come out to.
And I'll just fight for custody of my kids because she's unfit anyways.
Okay, on that comment, again, I don't have a whole lot of love for Steve anyway. Now he's gonna fight for custody. He should have been going for equal shared parenting, or if she was unfit or whatever, he should have, went through. And I know the court systems suck, which is why we need to get more people going pro se, not feeding the lawyer money pit. System pit, but if she was unfit or whatever, he should have fought this long ago and got equal shared parenting. Of course, if the courts cared about anything aside from the bottom, their personal checkbooks, they would have done equal shared parenting from the get-go, and this wouldn't have been an issue at all. But this is where, when I say they create conflict, this is how they create conflict with this and cause additional problems. Again, equal shared parenting by two fit, willing, and able parents is the way to go. Again, I don't know the guy's story. If he was, a potato head at the onset and didn't want to have equal shared parenting, it's hard for me to put myself. I mean, I see it every day from either parent that all they care about is money or living their life or whatever. And they don't care about their kids, which is no reason to have a vasectomy or get your tubes tied or not have sex or not have kids. But him, 7 years later saying, "Oh, I'm going to do fight for custody of the children because I don't want to pay more money," that sends the wrong message. It should be equal shared parenting from the onset, and then let facts bear out where they may. And then also, if the courts and the judge and the state cared at all about anything, in their bottom line, if they really wanted to do what was right for the state, which is all they really care about, they should have said, you know what, this guy makes more money. He's financially better able to support the children. We should transfer custody to the dad, and the mom again pays a child support amount, whatever that is, or not at all, or whatever, and then move on about your lives. That would be a solution, but obviously it's not in the financial best interest of the state because they get, again, more recovery, more bonus check, more whatever by having the system the way it is.
Okay, Stephen.
I mean, CPS has been involved at her house for years.
And it's been case closed every time that you've called on me.
So there was a review notification sent out in December of 2019. Nobody responded, so it was dismissed.
There was active assistance. It should have continued, but at the time the practice was to close.
So yeah, that was the only time it was set up for review. Was 2019. Nobody responded. And it was dismissed. But all right. Well, sir, if you address custody or parenting time and your overnights increase, obviously that's a change in circumstances and support can be rerun consistent with that. But at this point, it doesn't appear that the amount recommended is inappropriate or unjust. So effective April 1st, support to be set at $691, 42 ordinary medical, 50 confinement, total of $783 per month. You get an order in the mail to that effect. Either of you have the right to object to this recommendation and order within 21 days and have the judge take a look at it. The language will be in the order for how you go about doing that. But we're all set for now.
So it goes April 1st?
The effective April 1st, yeah.
Beginning
so
of
it
this
started
He's
this
already in
month.
arrears.
A week ago, yeah.
So how's that work now that we're already 2 weeks into it, 2 pay periods into it? So now...
Well, let me tell you. They're going to dump that in and take your entire paycheck. Well, 50% of your paycheck until the arrearage is caught up, and then you're good to go. So have fun buying groceries.
I'm already behind child support? That makes 0 sense.
There'll be a slight arrearage that'll be made up by an extra...
I got to pay extra again for something that I have no control over. This makes a lot of sense.
Well, you do have control over it. You have very limited overnights. You only have every other weekend all year long. That's pretty limited.
Little control over it, just like she hasn't worked in 7 years until now. Who's claiming my kids? That has to be tax fraud, right?
I don't know. If it's brought to my attention that there's an issue, then I'll deal with it. But today we're up for the support amount.
I mean, I'll definitely be taking her to court for custody of my kids. I can promise.
Okay, so that, I mean, hopefully people that kind of listen to that, I mean, the guy's frustrated, obviously, I get that. It's kind of a potato, just with the arguments and or the lack of coherent arguments. And I guess it dovetails into the stuff I talk about. Again, I've been involved in this crap for a decade now. And I've put out hundreds of videos. I have actually a TV network, website. I've been actively involved locally, nationally, in trying to get change out there and get people educated. And if this guy had went to my website, taken off the potato or removed the potato from his arse, and got a little education, he may have been able to attack this a little differently versus what he was saying. And people that in the system, this is what they go in court thinking that the world works a certain way when it actually doesn't. Had he known that the state recovers and makes a bonus check, and this is all about money, the kids are on welfare, that and a bunch of different things, then he may have approached this differently. Sad to say, or the facts are, it sounds like the state had an income shared model, which there's predominantly three different types. The first one, which actually Texas has, is the percentage. Doesn't matter what the other parent makes or whatever, they're going to take 20% for the first child, and then essentially like 5% thereafter for additional children that are under there. And there's little breakouts for if you have multiple baby mamas and that. But it's 20%, and they cap on plus medical, plus dental, plus health, and all that. So it goes up to like 30-40% or whatever. That's the kind of the Texas model. It doesn't matter if the mom makes $1 million a year. The state that they're in, it sounds like they have what's called the income shared model. Texas is actually, there's a bill presented by Dutton currently sitting out there that's an income shared model. I've done a video. Let's see if I can find the video. I can put it out here. People, if they want to get educated. Well, a lot of retroactive child support stuff. But there's the bill for the shared income model. I probably didn't list it directly. Yeah, I'd say it's one of the kind of newer videos that are out there talking about the income shared model. Boy, I thought I identified it. Let's see, maybe this one. Yeah, it's probably this one here. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna share it. I may be wrong on that one. It's in that area, but it's the shared income model that Dutton's presenting, and I do a analysis of the good and the bad of that bill. There are parts of it with shared income that in certain scenarios could be good, in certain scenarios could be bad for the paying parent and how that works. But in a nutshell, they take the income. They assume that the parents are still an intact family, and each parent makes X amount. They add those two numbers together, whatever those numbers are, and then they look at the time that the child spends with one or the other parent. So, and they break it like a 66-33% break. So if he makes 2,000, she makes 1,000. This is actually where it doesn't work out too well. It then becomes 3,000 total, and then they say, okay, 66% since he has standard possession, so he's going to pay 66% of that. She's going to pay 33%. They put those two numbers together, subtract it. That's the net number that he ends up paying as child support. And again, in a number of scenarios, it's actually not a good thing for the payer. It actually gets the state more money. And I'd love to do an analysis to see how they derive that formula. Anyway, and then there's a third one that's really convoluted. I can't even remember off the top of my head what it's called, but I think like maybe 2 states has that one. But at the end of the day, for this guy, he should have been going for equal shared parenting, because if he's a good parent, the child benefits from having both kids, or the child benefits from having both parents in their lives. I mean, they get, and I'll get in trouble here in providing facts, because people hate facts. But children benefit most in an equal, intact family. Looking at the psychology and the studies, I think it's like 50 years worth of studies now. The way it works is actually the child does better with the mom for the first, I think it's 3 years of the child's life, and then after age, I think 5 or 6, on the grading criteria, if it's a father-only scenario, or the father has primary custody or has the overwhelming majority of the time, it's virtually no different than an intact family. The mom, at that point, as far as statistically and with the data from all the studies that have been done, again, 50 years worth, shows that there's no impact. I know it's going to piss a lot of people off, but hey, facts, data, get mad at the data, not the person giving it. But anyway, it's guys should be doing. Should have, when equal shared parenting sound like, the reason for going that. And I heard kind of in his voice, and again, I'm putting a lot into it, that, he got his deal through the courts. And this is another reason why standard possession sucks so bad, is you go through a very traumatic, probably the most traumatic thing of your entire life, going through divorce, or through separation, or, losing your kids. And all that time, money, expense, dealing with these incompetent lawyers, incompetent judges, so on and so forth. And then you get your deal, standard possession order, or if you're lucky enough, expanded standard, which that's another interesting one. But you get your minimal whatever, which becomes the maximum. They always like to say it's minimum during legislature review time, but it's actually the maximum. And then from there, you just basically kind of fall in. People then go back to their standard way of doing things, and they're like, okay, this is the standard, this is all I got, I shouldn't go for more, because they learn through what they went through to just shut up and take it in the ass. I know when I went through, and when I had the judge laugh in my face when I said that equal shared parenting, children benefit from both mom and dad, and talked about what I believe is the best for children, and talking about my children in particular, and Judge Beebe laughed in my face. That left the thing, and then of course being accused of all kinds of stuff, and just the shenanigans, the nonsense, finding out my own attorney was a piece of trash, as well as her attorney, and it's just not something I would want to revisit. Of course, I made that silent promise to, which you'll see in the closing video, but the promise I made to my kids to fight so they don't have to go through what I went through, which is why I'm here as much and doing the things that I do every day. But yeah, this guy, we need to educate people, making kind of a small call to action, getting people educated, learning how to fight the system, learning what the system actually is and what it is not. This guy obviously had no clue what the system actually is. That's half the battle. I mean, you got the Dunning-Kruger effect that I like to talk about. You know, people aren't even on the thing. We don't even have them to where they think they know everything. They're at they're not even on in the metric, which is crazy. All right, I've been yakking for quite a while here. I'm gonna do my typical. I'm on all these different platforms: Twatter, SnootTube, Bumble. Bumble actually is a thing. I can't even make fun of that one. Canumble, TalkTick, InstaSnap, Farcebook. I'm on also Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. So again, I have my own network on there. Obviously, I do a lot of stuff with that. I would ask people to please like, share, subscribe to the channel. I put that information out there quite often. It's free. All my information is free because I want to spread information. There's the link to subscribe, which should appear in the comments. It's all free. It lets me know, one, that I'm doing something. People actually give a crap about it, which most of the time I feel like they don't. And then also it tells me that this is the direction that we want to go in with providing information and education. I did have that poll out there on YouTube. People want to see more current news. This is as current as it gets. And then how-tos, I'll start looking at those and see what I can put together that will provide that. I will say that there is plenty of...
Yes, we're affirmed testimony.
Let's see, let me share my other screen here. On the Pissed Off Parents site, there is all kinds of information. Also a mailing list you can get on. I have a lot of other stuff behind the scenes I won't get into that. I'll be utilizing that, so go see what happens there. But a lot of self-help stuff. So like custody interference. And this is for, I don't have all the states updated, which is, again, a need that I have. It's called action. If you're in a state, not Texas, but if you're in a state that you know how to get self-help information, or you understand how this or particular area works, and you have links to send those to admin@pissedoffparent.com, and then I can add those to the site. I'll show you that kind of here in a second. But I do have some how-tos here where I explain everything, and then I have a process where you can go and you got downloadable links, free information, and what you should do and how you should handle it just for this and other things as well. Obviously needs to get used. These are how-tos and how to get people to be able to help themselves versus spending 10 grand on an attorney to handle an obvious issue. I'm also, as I mentioned a second ago, I've got state. I've broken out all the states, and I'm putting very specific state. I'll pick on Texas. That's where I'm at. Very specific state information. That's all kinds of self-help information. I have it broke down by category section with questions and information and data. I've got a live feed, or not, I should say live, an aggregator that pulls in the most recent information from the Texas, in this case, the Texas legislation session on these topics, so you don't have to go searching around for it. It's literally at your fingertips. There's people have zero excuse for that. And just to let you know, for Texas folks, the retroactive child support Senate bill is now officially in the House. If you'd watched, or if you do watch or had watched the show I did yesterday, I talked about the latter part of the afternoon, Friday. That retroactive child support bill has been moved into the JJFI here, and it's going to be smooth sailing. We've got, just for everyone's edification, Texas has 5 retroactive child support bills, 4 in the House, 1 in the Senate. The Senate one is officially now over in the House bill. That's how Texas law works, and it's rocking and rolling. Not a whole lot of, I'd say not a whole lot of, virtually no pushback from the 29 million Texans on that topic, which gets into that you deserve what you get, and I talk about that more in the video. But Another plug for the site, again, they have an aggregator that pulls in news data from all over the world on various topics. It's all updated fresh. If you want to hear about Tyrese here, obviously, you know, those keywords are being hit with the shenanigans he's having here. It didn't have the video where he was shaving his new girlfriend's pubic region. While he's talking about being, you know, a good dad and stuff. Weird how that wasn't on there. But it has this type of information that people can go out there and grab and do whatever with. And of course, other organizations pulling that in. And of course, have humor out there as well. Because even though all this stuff sucks, Titanic, I like to have a little bit of fun as that ship goes down. All right, I think that's everything that I have. Looks like we're golden on everything else. I've been going here for 2 hours, so with that, I am going to piece up out of this place. I got stuff. I got a non-profity event that I've helped out with that I'll be going to later to do more good work for the people. Again, one of those many things I don't talk about a lot, again, involved in a number of different things, and you know, it is what it is. So with that, hope everybody has a good Saturday, and we will talk at y'all later.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.